Shall I look into the camera or to you?
Look at me, I guess.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
What's your name?
My name's Joe Probert.
So have you always grown up here, Joe Probert? You always lived?
No, I used to live in St George. And then we moved here when I was in year 2.
Bristol.
Oh yeah, that's probably pointless that I said St
Yeah.
George. I've lived in Bristol all my life, yeah.
Yeah, all your life.
Yeah.
Nice.
I first got into music when I went round my friend's house and his dad was a drum teacher. I think we were around there for a barbecue or something. We went into his dad's music room and just started playing on the drums and stuff. And I kind of just started playing the drums and it just felt quite right. And then his dad was like, "You're picking that up quite quick." So then I ended up getting lessons from him. And that's how it all started, I think.
So yeah, the first session with Joe was quite good actually. We got used to each other playing quite quickly, and we found that we write music very similarly because we've learnt our instruments in the same way.
I never wanted to be a singer to start with. I always wanted to be a drummer. Probably like 9 or 10 I started playing drums. And when I was like 13 or 14 I just wanted to be in a band. And when I was that age no one was really like serious about it. So then when I think I was about 14, I got a ukulele and I just started singing and busking with my mate Dan.
The way we write music is very similar. We have very similar music tastes, so it was very obvious from this first session that we were going to write a lot of music and this collaboration was going to work really, really well, which is really nice because he only lives around the corner, so ideal.
And that was kind of it. Like, I could never sing.
No.
It just kind of developed from just trying so hard. I think a big artist when I was younger, when I first started doing music, was City and Colour. I love old soul music. I used to be in a soul band. That's always kind of stuck with me, soul music and like old Motown stuff. I love the Black Keys and a band called the Arcs.
Because Joe lives so close, we ended up writing a lot of music because we clicked so well in this writing environment. We wrote so much music and so much material. There's quite a lot that came out of that. It was quite a hard process, sort of deducting tracks from the final selection. But yeah, Blue Joe was written around that sort of time, and I remember because we started writing that song with Joe playing all the drums on keys, so you could through like a little MIDI controller, just because we needed something to do a click to, and we literally for most of the time that track was around, while editing and mixing and us going through it, we never changed the drums. We just kept the electronic drums in there, and it was a sort of a last thought that me and Joe had. Should we try and put some live drums on it, and it's completely changed the track in.
We told you that a friendship live your life.
So, With Tom was actually the last song we wrote. We'd written a lot of songs, and we'd already had a couple songs that we were quite happy with that we were both gonna continue with. I went over on an evening, really late one evening. I believe it was sort of around midnight. Went over and jamming away in his shed, and came out with this song, and it blew. Well, at the time, it blew everything else that we'd been writing out of the water. And we thought we've got to do this song. He just got himself a new Hammond organ, and he just put it in his shed. He already had an old organ, and we started. I started having a play and playing some chords on it. And then he picked up the bass and started playing some, really weird bass lines over it, and it suddenly was like, wow, this is really great. This is the new song, definitely. And we only actually started off with just one bar, and then since then he was quite busy after that. So I took that song away and I did a little bit of work. I recorded some drum takes just to get a sort of beat behind it, so that we could do something, so we could add some more rhythmical parts. And then I got Joe to do some drumming, just because he's much more proficient drummer than myself. But definitely adds such a live feeling to the track. Again, like I said, it's Joe's style and how he plays the drums. It completely changed the track, I think, which is really nice.
Overstep the line, and if we're cold, then we'll heat it up. Another drip in your coffee cup, and if it's easy, you'll do it too. And I can hear what you really need to do. And if we don't, then we'll make it right. But if you're thinking we're fine, I'll say we've lost our grip on life.
Because we've both got a fairly good knowledge of how Logic Pro X works, it was quite nice for Joe to sort of take over quite a lot of the production stuff in the initial stages of recording. Because we were recording at his shed, I didn't know how to record there, and he knew how everything worked and stuff. So he primarily did quite a lot of the recording process and writing with me. So that was quite nice, actually. I didn't have to do that for once, which was really nice. The sort of later stages of production and the mixing and mastering and the little tweaks and things we did here at mine.
And if we stay home late, would you tell me what to do, or would you do what everyone was saying? You grip my hand so tight.
I read a Noel Gallagher quote once, and it was like, let others judge whether your art is good or bad,
And if I can't get home, I know you'll always
whilst they're
be
making their mind up how to make it raw.
That's all I really want. That's all I really want. That's all I really want. That's all she really wants.